brings us. Make sure you keep your stops in. Always the key to making sure we don't get blown away by some of these early moves like we may have now. It's always different every time, but this is what's happening right now, so let's be mindful of that. All right, let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 37.02. Resistance 11, 19, 28, 36, 43. Support below at 92, 36, 92, 85, 74, 64, 53. Pivot 37.02, resistance at 11, 19, 28, 36, 43. Support below at 92, 85, 74, 64, and 53. All right. We had the Georgia Senate runoff, and it looks like both Democrats have won. And the market is, like I said yesterday, it's if it means that we're gonna get some volatility in the market, and all the better. So we'll see what happens. But that just means that the Senate is going to the control of Congress. All of Congress is going to go to the Democrats as of a couple weeks. Today we have the Electoral College that's going to be stamped or okayed by Congress, and usually a nonsensical ceremony, but because of the president's forcing it to be a major issue by talking about it, it's become a little bit of something to watch now. Doesn't seem like anything's going to happen as long as the rules are followed, because the House decides at the end of the day what's going to happen, and obviously the House is under control of Democrats, so it just it's going to be just yelling and screaming, I think, more than anything else. And then at the end of the day, the vote will be done, and might be they start at 1 o'clock Eastern or 12 o'clock Chicago time. And like I said, usually not a big deal, but might go on for 12 hours, since there's 6 states that are they get to debate for 2 hours, unless they don't want to debate. But looks like they're going to have a debate for 2 hours, and then they go for a vote. So they got 2 hours to debate, and then so if you do the 6 states that they're quivering or quabbling about, it's 12 hours. Could go into the morning hours if the Republicans want to do what they want to say they're doing. So we'll see what happens. But so it might affect the market at the end of the day here a little bit. I don't know if it will. I think the market's absorbed that pretty much. I mean, something's drastic has to happen. Like, I have no idea what. And if that's the case, because if something crazy happens, that we can get some whipping around really quickly. But who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they can. Who knows? This is we're still in 2020 until we get to the 20th of January, I think. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? All right, we'll see what happens. So that's just be mindful of that. That comes out at 12 o'clock today. They start debating at 12 o'clock. The market's absorbing the fact that the Democrats look like they have control of Congress, and we'll see how that affects the market and some volatility. I think, again, As far as trade is concerned, I think it'll be a good. Nothing wrong with a good. I don't know. Look, when Obama won and the market slowly upticked, that was nothing great trade. Who knows? So who knows what's going to happen? Uh, but we shall see. We shall see what's going to happen. All right, market again. First bar is a little bit sticky, rolling around all over the place. Extended the ranges here a little bit, so we keep ourselves a little bit in the game. We're looking probably, I'd say about 3-4 point ranges in our stops here, as we're really bouncing on both sides of our pivot. Market's really trying to figure out how they're going to respond to, the results. So we'll see. Obviously, we're a little lower, and I think that a big break on Monday was conducive to the fact that they were thinking that the Democrats had a chance to win, and they did yesterday, last night. But as you can see here, we have a dominating bar from Monday's range, so we are still within that dominating bar here. So to figure out which way we're going to go, one way or the other, I think we have to get through that dominating bar from Monday, and that was all. Most of it was from once the market opened up. So that's a very strong dominating bar. Sometimes you get the overnight stuff to overtake the dominating bar, but well, that creates gaps then. But no, this was all intraday, so that's a very strong dominating bar from Monday. Definitely having another surge of COVID thing in Europe. They are, well, the UK is having it. He quickly made a shutdown. Of the UK, like starting today, I think, or yesterday even. Yeah, crazy. So yeah, so who knows? That's still not going away, even with the vaccine. You gotta see what happens. All right, bonds here again. Democrats go from more fiscal policy versus monetary policy. Consequently, I mean, if Georgia goes to Democrats, consequently, the policy switches again from more monetary, like tax breaks and Feds, to interest rates, to fiscal, which would mean when government aided growth, if that's a theory. Dominating bar is the range from Monday, and we are trading within that range, Monday's range. We did that yesterday. We're doing that today. So we have a strong coming quickly up here to the 11 area. We have a strong range set by the market. All right. Well, they decided to, again, we've talked about the first couple levels here, and be a little bit careful around them. Seems that's the be careful mode that we're in right now, the way the market's been trading lately. All right, so market is up here around the expand. Didn't know which way to go for a bit there, bounced around, and finally decided to zoom up here. Good morning there, Geraldo. Can somebody print the levels for us in the chat? Those are the levels that we gave out this morning, just in case you were wondering. See, Congress will meet today to certify the Electoral College results. President Trump has pressured Vice President Pence, who presides over the ceremony, to overturn the results, but Pence told Trump yesterday that he does not have the power. Some Republican members of Congress have said that they will object to certain states' results each time they do. Members have to have up to 2 hours to debate and then vote. Republicans lack the votes to change the results. I would venture to say that even if they had the power to change the results, it would be very interesting. Not interesting, not good. Market continues to uptick here. Yeah, it is. Maybe you have the wrong handle. So we'll see what happens there. Again, that'll start at 12 o'clock Chicago time and probably be watched for the first time in a long time and ever. You didn't even know when this day was happening sometimes. But you do today. All right, again, so we're kind of hanging around this 11 here. Got up to the 15 and change area, coming back down here a little bit. Again, I said be a little bit careful. Two ways of doing that. You can extend your ranges and your entry points, or you could lower your number of contracts that you trade, or you could wait a little bit since the first couple bars have been a little bit more volatile. All of those are options. Everybody's a little bit different. Remember, you can scale in differently. Instead of doing a half point above or below, maybe you do 2 points above because it seems to be running over, or you just trade much smaller and kind of just absorb it and kind of not going to get run over if you trade smaller and you just keep your stop in. Either way, there's different ways of dealing with risk, multiple ways of dealing with risk, not different ways. And, you can have plenty of opportunity to adjust to market conditions. And that's what we are suggesting because of the volatility here, at least for a time being. Every time you start trading, it's a different kind of idea or concept. So you just gotta, right now it seems like the first couple bars are a little bit more risky, and then things slow down. So at least for a time being, this is what's happening. So next level on the upside we have is the 19 area. They did come, if you did take it, they did come back down to the 9 area. Maybe you got a chance to scratch it or take a little bit of a profit. Democratic Raphael Warnock, a senior pastor at the historic Black church, Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, has defeated Republican incumbents Kelly Loeffler in the Georgia Senate runoff elections, according to Associated Press. The victory puts the Senate 50-49 in favor of the GOP, but the Democrat could flip the control of the chamber if John Ossoff prevails over incumbent Perdue. That race remains too close to call. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris would be the tie-breaking vote in the Senate, giving the Democratic Party control of the White House and Congress and solidifying President-elect Joe Biden's economic policy platform. Big tech appears to be getting nervous about possible legislation, with the Nasdaq off about 1.8%, although the potential for big fiscal boost saw contracts linked to the Dow rising 0.4%, and S&P remains steady. Well, yeah, I mean, that is kind of steady-ish. A little weak, but I mean, like I said, I can't, they were saying how the market went down on Monday because they were thinking the Democrats would win. But again, I don't know if it's not 100% true, because it's going to throw a lot of fiscal stimulus into the market. So it could be good. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see, right? We'll see. I mean, obviously you have fears of inflation, but the Fed, pretty much, we haven't had inflation. We talked about this the other day. Inflation hasn't been really around for a while. And with interest rates at zero, there's always ways to control that. If you go back to interest rates affecting inflation, which hasn't happened, God knows in how long that scenario never occurred. So we'll see. Who knows? We're definitely in uncharted territory from what we think is going to happen with all the quantitative easing that has been thrown into the market, and how you can take that out of the market and tighten the market up a little bit without having to raise interest rates. So there's a whole bunch of different scenarios that has never been talked about, because since quantitative easing came about in 2008 and 2010, how you manage that is an aspect that you have to reconsider when you're doing some monetary policy versus the fiscal policy. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I think it would be good trade. That's all I'm trying to say. I think, we need volatility. We need movement. We're not always going to do well, but there's going to be opportunity, and that's all we can ask for. Not every level works, obviously, but there's going to be opportunities, because there'll be other chances, and you'll get your chance to get your either just need opportunity versus a slow market, dead market that doesn't move, right? We'll see. All right, the market slowly upticking here. Next level we have there's the 19, which it's zoomed right up there to you got it right up to 19 there. Hopefully, if you had your order in there at the 18.5, you're getting quickly paid off here. That was a quick little surprise. It's nice when that happens. Yeah, no kidding, right? It's about time we had one of those. We've been working way too hard. We definitely have been working way too hard. Yeah, well, again, I think, like I said, I think that the market is liking, and I don't know if it's that bad an idea for Democrats to win, because you're gonna get more stimulus, which I don't think is not needed. Yes, I saw that, Tim. Just kind of blew right through it the second time, though. So hopefully they were able to get out of there. So that was good. It was good. Gave us the chance, made your money, and then you cancel the rest of it. I didn't think it would happen this fast, but it's happening this fast. So yeah, I think look, the bigger picture. I mean, stimulus is always good, right? I always said that I don't understand how they didn't, or Trump didn't get larger, or they figure out the stimulus before the election. I think that would have helped them. Uh, and then he was yelling and screaming about having $2,000. Well, yeah, I think that's going to happen, and I don't think it's a bad thing, and I think that's going to help. The argument is like rich people shouldn't get the two. Well, they have parameters, right? That if somebody's making over a certain amount, they don't get it. I mean, it's not that complicated to. The argument that the Republicans were getting, oh, that's the reason. Oh, well, it happened to the tax breaks they gave away. I mean, they weren't complaining about rich people getting too much tax breaks when they made the new tax law when they came in. So, I mean, I don't know. The Republicans have lost. I mean, I don't know where they're coming up with their logic sometimes. But anyway, I don't think that that could be really that bad, right? I think it could be good for stocks. I don't know. Obviously, some sectors are going to be a little bit more constrained. I mean, that's a given for obvious reasons. Let's see. Do not. We have factory orders coming out here at 9 o'clock. Factory orders at 9. All right, so we popped up there really quick, and then got filled really fast, and then came back down really quick, and then hopefully you took some profits, and then market continued to uptick through that, and then we're up here at next level. We have resistances at 28. So it looks like what bonds here rotating to the downside. 169 handle on the bonds. Not surprising, given the nervous. Well, it's not nervousness. I just think that it's concerned about is going to be concerned about inflation. Maybe not short term, longer term, right? So we'll see if that happens or not. Which 08, above or below? I know, I'm joking. So this guy says that so while Democratic Senate is unquestionably bad for big tech, it's not necessarily bad for tech overall. He also predicts Democrats would likely enact laws around internet privacy similar to Europe's legislation, GDPR legislation, whatever that stands for. Or, yeah. And a repeat of the chaotic vote recount that followed the U.S. presidential election in November is likely to ensue. More drama will come today as the White House and Senate formalize Biden's electoral college win. So we shall see. OPEC jumped yesterday. Oil prices jumped yesterday and Tuesday after Saudi Arabia pledge. We have a small number coming out here at 9 o'clock, so keep that in mind as the market continues to kind of stay strong. 28 is the next level of resistance we have. Pledge to slash another 1 million barrels per day in production in February and March. while Russia and Kazakhstan said that they would increase their production by 75,000 barrels per day. Energy shares outperformed all the other sectors and rose the most since late November on the news, while Moscow hailed the concession a New Year gift for crude oil markets. It's nice of Saudi Arabia, slashing 1 million barrels per day. On one hand, the kingdom is caught in supply and demand fundamentals, but at the same time, Saudi Arabian minister painted the decision as some kind of leadership position. He said that in a sovereign political move to support the Saudi economy, members of OPEC group, as well as the wider industry. It'll be interesting to see what long-term impact the decision will pay for unity of OPEC, as well as the related political dynamics. Last night, Saudi Arabia bloc, Arab states agreed to restore ties with Qatar following a 3-year trade and travel blockade. The Gulf dispute erupted in 2017 after Riyadh accused the nation of being too close to Iran and supporting terrorism. As the market continues to uptick here, coming up here to the 28 area. So again, this is kind of almost a quasi repeat of the last couple of days where they zoom up through, but it's not the first couple bars. So, and the 19 was a little bit, at least that was a gift, quick gift. But remember, we do have a number coming out here at in about 4 minutes. So keep that in mind as we're trying to work the 28 area here. Very slippery. The first few bars in the morning lately. All right, well, that's a nice little trail. Nice, very nice. All right, it was a little, again, stay patient, be patient, wait for the opportunities. That's what you got to do. A nice little rotation here off against our 28 area. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of that. Quick rotation off of the 19. And it was a nice little rotation for us right here, right before this number. We need a couple of these after the last couple of days, I'll tell you that much. That we don't have to work so hard. Trust me, I know we have to work hard. All right, so now we're kind of hanging out here to 28. Next level of resistance is the 36 area. Support right now would be back around, well, probably about 15. But we do have a number, small number, coming out here now in a couple minutes. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I'd say that 90% of the time, I don't have a position on when numbers come out. Either way, whether they're important or not, who knows? Um, Obviously, there's some that are more important, but I can't tell you which ones right now. It's not, I don't have the list in front of me, and it's not always the case that I think I think a number is not important because the market is going to, at the end of the day, ultimately tell you which is important and which is not. So, can we reprint the levels in there for us in the chat box area for those of you who've maybe come a little bit late? The levels will hopefully appear in the chat box area. Maybe. If not, I'll repeat them for us. So the pivot this morning is 3702. There they are. Thanks. Yeah, I thought you were busy with Sophia there. Change a diaper or something. Do you let her? Do you let her play with the mouse too? So she gets a good trades on for you. All right. Market again, kind of trying to turn over the numbers out. Again, not really a big reaction to it, but somewhat of a little bit of a reaction as they turned over here a little with a nice double top up there. That's smart. That's very smart. All right, so let's see what else we can talk about here as the market is trying to figure out. Again, support would be right now down at the 15 area. Nice rotation there off of our 28. Again, we talked about early this morning about the first couple levels have been kind of tenuous, but the 11 kind of ran through, but then the 19 was a quick rotation there for us, and then now here the 28 worked very nicely as well. As bonds really reacting to, it's good to see the bonds wake up and move around a little bit. I mean, it's a good sign. At some point, you're going to start, these analysts are going to start talking, oh, bond rates are so high, be careful. You know what? They are so far away from being so high, it's not even funny. But it's good that they're finally waking up. Haven't seen a 69 handle in a long time. All right. Well, I mean, if we take a look at the bond market, they're thinking S&Ps will go up. I don't know. Maybe. Again, I don't know why they reacted negatively to Democrats winning on Monday. If that was the case, um, definitely not having, you know, stimulus check before the election, kind of a little strange. Then they started talking about it after. Then they don't pass it before this election, right? And then they pass it over the weekend. So I mean, or he signs it over the weekend. I don't know what. Totally all over the place. Yeah, market is bonds rotating here to the downside. I think keeping it is interesting here a little bit. They're definitely reacting to the possibility of inflation with more stimulus and fiscal responsibility, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word. Fiscal policy, not responsibility, that might come out of Washington versus taxes and the monetary policy that was going on before, where the Fed was dealing with trying to expand everything or help the economy. You're going to have now both monetary and fiscal, which again, if that's the case, then they're afraid of inflation a little bit, and thus interest rates, bonds going down, interest rates going up. We'll see. It's just the beginning. It's a long way, right? But I think it'll be good for trade. So we'll see. All right, market seems to kind of flag in here a little bit, maybe trying to uptick a little bit more. Maybe bonds are kind of keeping them strong a little bit. I don't know. Next level resistance we have is the 36 area. All right, market continues to uptick here. Next level resistance we have is the 36. Could we have bought it anywhere is a question, maybe, and this rotation back to maybe 24 area if you were a little aggressive. Could have been a reason for it. You had to be a little aggressive there if you believed that you wanted to get long. Otherwise, not really any solid technical place that you could have bought it, but except for that, again, it was a little bit risky overall. All right, well, we continue to uptick here. 36 level right now. Amazing, right? Amazing. Had these one-way moves. Very, very risky. Very, very tough to trade. So keep that in mind, and be a little bit careful. You can see the quick momentum going up here, so you can, change your scale a little bit. Just to change your scale, just to take advantage of a little better entry point, a little better lessen your risk a little bit because of the volatility. You definitely don't have to do it at half a point above and below, that's for sure. So in reality, it kind of gives you a little bit a better entry point if you work around it a little bit and then see what will happen. Just keep your stop in no matter what. So above the 43, we've got 52 and 60. As we're getting a little bit of rotation here off of the 36 area. Again, your scale, you gotta kind of watch price action there. Maybe scaled in a little bit better than the 36. All right, and trying to rotate back down here a little bit. So there's the levels in the chat box area with the added levels on the upside there. Just never know which way these things are going, right? So we have 52 and then 60 above. I'm working this 36 area here. Bonds continue to stay on their lows. I think bonds are definitely forcing S&Ps just a little bit higher, at least for the time being. All right, we're just kind of hanging here. Give you definitely a chance to get out of some. Yes, we're going to have our class. This FYI for everybody. We're going to have our class later this afternoon at 12. In case those of you who are part of the course, you maybe can make, if you want to join in, you can do that at 12 Chicago time. Hi, market is definitely going to try to turn over here just a little bit, trying really hard again against the 36. Again, hopefully you maybe got in just a little bit better just because of you maybe saw what was going on there and your scale maybe uh, extended a little bit. Yeah, market continues to stay strong here. Again, gave us a chance to either get out a little bit or and maybe get scaled in a little bit differently there. And if you still have it, that's fine too. But again, we've been up here for a good 10 minutes, so be a little bit careful about how you, well, you keep your stops in tight here. And next level on the upside we have is 30 to 43 area. All right, we continue to uptick here. Again, we talked about, getting out of the trade there because of the time factor. All right, we're just kind of hanging up here. Again, we're flat now, and just looking, next level of resistance we have is the 43. We got up to 41, so be a little bit careful up here. What do you? Well, I mean, uh, risk management. How do they have a small account? I mean, you started with a small account, went to a medium account, went to a large account. So I don't know. I guess, are you asking me how many contracts you should be trading with the number account with the account that you have? Let's say if you have a 2 to 5,000 account, maybe you keep it to 2 lots. If you have up to a $10,000 account, you can probably trade up to maybe uh, I mean, so that you don't get run over at all, probably looking at about 4 to 5 lots. And if you got a $25,000 account, maybe 10 lots. Again, uh, the issue about uh, account size and number of contracts you trade is not really that important. The important part about account size, or how you know management of your trades are concerned, is how you handle risk involved, and that's really the question: is how do we handle risk? And everybody handles it differently. It doesn't really matter if you trade 5 lots or 10 lots or 2 lots. You have to be able to handle the risk, and the account size doesn't matter either, because it's just a matter of how you handle risk. That's the most important thing, and that's the difference between all traders. I think is the acceptability of risk, and how you manage it, and how you maintain it with the increase of the number of contracts that you might trade. So, and that's a very tough question to try to answer. That's all, because everybody's got different. Again, those risk tolerances are different for everybody. Hey, Helmar, Happy New Year to you. Welcome to trading again. Bond market. Look at the bond market. Somebody woke it up. All right, coming up here to the 43 area. All right, nice little rotation there off of the 43 area. Very strong market, right? Again, off of the possible win from the Georgia election for both Democratic candidates. We got in at the 43, got a quick rotation, then we come back up here and touching the upper end of the resistance if you're taking it. There's some. I think this was a good area from Monday, if I was not mistaken. I think we get above the 45. We probably rally a little bit. Remember, we said above 45, they might pop it up here a little bit. This was probably from Monday's level that was kind of biggish. Only problem is we've traded, we've come up here from even area all the way up here, so it's a nice little ride. Doesn't look good for the unemployment numbers. This Friday, the ADP number that came out this morning fell 123,000 when they were expecting an increase of 60. Consequently, the Friday number is probably going to be worse than expected, and maybe making adjustments to those numbers before their expectations come out. But it doesn't look good for Friday's unemployment. We talked about a little bit of a pop here above the 45, and we're getting this. This was again from Monday's move. There was 45 level that we said that we get above it, we might rally a little bit, and the same thing's happening now. So hopefully maybe you did get long there. Sometimes you have to keep levels in mind from day to day, and they do come back, and it's amazing how they do come back and have a reaction in the market a couple days later, which just happened right now. All right, if you've taken some profits off your longs here, and then we'll try to get to the 53 area. No, 52, sorry. All right, got up to, of course, 50 and a half. We were looking for the 52, but we did get a, we were trying to keep you long here, above 45. So I guess Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett and JP Morgan's guy, help me, what's his name? Jamie Dimon, right? All got together to try to reform healthcare. And they had to disband their efforts this recently. It's been trying to reform healthcare privately for the last 3 years, and they couldn't do it. How crazy is the healthcare situation, right? Just crazy. All right, trying to keep you a little long here, looking for the 52. Hopefully you were able to take some profits along the way. Talked about above 45. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging here up on the highs, so be a little bit careful around the 52. We were looking for this 52 after we said we wanted to get along around the 45 area. So it's come up here now. They're going to test this little area as well. Again, we're trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. We use price action to determine some of our setups. We also use our levels and use those as support and resistance as well. And again, we have to make adjustments to the market because of the price action. And we also not only use the levels as counter trades, but also we talked about wanting to get long there at the 45, looking for 52. So maybe some of you did that, and then maybe you're adjusting your entry point so you're short here a little bit above the 52 because of the way the price action was. And the market has definitely got some legs here to today on the heels of possible win there for the Democrats in Georgia. Again, like I said, I don't understand how that could be bad. I think it'll be good for the stocks, and I think good for trading. So we'll see what happens. I said be a little bit careful there about the 52 area just because of the way it traded just below it. And hopefully we're trying to keep you along coming up to it. Support right now would probably be around the 24 area. All right, Mark, you too. All right, we got 60 coming up here now. Again, we were trying to keep you a little bit long coming up to the 52 area. Maybe you made an adjustment, but the market just seems to be a little bit too strong. And or maybe you just canceled it because we did get up to the 51 right before it and then stopped. 60, 68, 74, and then 85. Our market just continues just to a very, very strong little market here. Again, we're trying to keep you long there above the 45 earlier and got up to the 52. And now we're just coming up here to the 60 area, trying to see what it wants to do up here. All right, nice little rotation here off of our 60. Again, we could have made a maybe got in a little bit, scaled in a little bit differently. Give you a little bit better entry point there for you. Again, not all. It's been happening all day today, and a nice little rotation there off of that level. So above the 60, we've got 68, 74, and then 85, and a very one-way trade kind of market, but at least we were able to try to get us along there at 45 based on some of the other based on some of the buying opportunity there above that level. And now we're just kind of probably maybe, I don't know if we're going to turn over finally or not, but we're just kind of hanging here. And did get up to 62 and change up there. So hopefully you're able to kind of stay with it and take a little bit of profit as it's turning over now. All right, nice little turnover here against our 60 area. Again, hopefully you're able to either get long there at 45, sell the targets there at 52, and I think maybe get short up here at 60 and get a nice little rotation here off of that level. So nice little opportunity there for us. Again, took advantage of, we had to make a couple of adjustments here and there based on the price action, but hopefully we were able to make those adjustments and then take advantage of the opportunity. Support right now would be around the 38 area. All right, nice way to have this upper level here. uh, Nice little turnover here against it, and hopefully you're able to take advantage of some of our trades today. Really only got run over if you're using our levels. Really got run over at the 11 area, but we warned about that early on. The other levels made a couple adjustments along the way. Got you long. We tried to get you long here at the 45, looking for the upper levels here. And if you did, they were able to get along there and take advantage of that. Hopefully you would. If you got short there on the 60, you get a nice rotation here off of that. And now the market might, I don't know, might, we'll see what it wants to do here. It's a pretty strong rally off the morning. And we'll see. We're still within that range of Monday, as you can see, but it's getting close here to getting above it. So pretty strong confirmation rally after the voting in Georgia. After they said that that was the reason we went down on Monday, was because the Democrats were going to win, and now they won, and now they rallied right back. It just shows you what the market doesn't know, or what some of these guys are always saying. They always think that they got it figured out, but they don't. All right, get back here in a bit.